The Battle of Castillon was the last battle of the Hundred Years' War on July 17, 1453. The war between the French and the British ended with the victory of the French. Napoleon goes into exile. Another event on July 17. Napoleon goes into exile. On June 22, 1815, Napoleon abdicated in favor of his son. He retired to Malmaison, where he was like a semi-captive of the provisional government. After some thought, he asked the provisional government to give him a frigate to go to America, where he wanted to seek asylum. Fouché stopped this request because he knew that Napoleon would make a great bargaining chip in negotiations with the Allies. He even managed to warn the British that Napoleon would try to escape from Rochefort by sea. Napoleon repeated his demands for a frigate, knowing that he was in grave danger. With the enemy at the gates of Paris, Napoleon offered his services as a general to the government, promising to cede French lands to America as soon as the enemy had driven out. Fouché ignored this offer. Napoleon went to Rochefort. He could very easily take back the army and seize Paris had he wanted now, but he chose not to break his promise to the government. He reached Rochefort on July 3 and found the frigate waiting. But he was trapped. A British fleet was guarding the harbor and the winds were blowing. Several escape plans were presented to Napoleon. For example, he boarded a fast American ship, but Napoleon rejected them all because he deemed them worthless to the French emperor. On July 10, 1815, Napoleon began negotiations with Admiral Maitland, the commander of the British fleet at Rochefort. On the night of July 14 to 15, orders issued by Louis XVIII for the arrest of Napoleon reached Rochefort. City officials warned Napoleon, and at sunrise on July 17, he boarded a British warship and surrendered himself to the British.